while I was at the mall, I decided to stop by the jewelry store.
Oh, really?
And Twitch and I had been there previously. I don't know if we've said this on the air yet or not.
I don't believe we have.
Looking at possible engagement rings.
Did that hurt you to say? Because you did kind of brace yourself right there.
Yeah, I really did. I'm kind of elbowing here on the desk. Now, of course, the whole idea is that I don't know anything about jewelry. Anything I know or that I've purchased has pretty much had Twitch helping.
Pretty much. Even gifts for other women.
Yes, my other girlfriends, exactly.
Or your mom.
Or my mom. It could be the same, depending on if I was in West Virginia.
Ew.
Right in that West Virginia, Maryland area only. So, with an engagement ring, it's kind of the same thing. I need help. But at the same time, I don't want it to be like, okay, she wants this engagement ring. Okay, let me buy it while she's here, and then here you go, honey, because, what's the romanticism or whatever in that?
Ah, shit. Okay. We'll talk about that in a minute. Go ahead.
Okay. So, we went once before and found
once?
Twice, 3 times a lady. We went once, maybe twice before, to find rings, wrote them down on a card.
What happened the first time we did that?
When I went back, they didn't have any of them anymore.
Why not?
Because we waited a long time. I waited a long time.
And they got discontinued.
Yeah. And or sold out. So this time around, I went a little bit more closer to the time. It was almost 2 months after.
Okay.
Almost. They should have had the ring in stock.
Why didn't they?
That was written down this time. Well, at first they just they were very mysterious. They said,
were they?
"Oh, we're low on stock right now." And then she goes to the computer and she finds in the computer.
Why were they low on?
Let's do it in a chronological order.
Okay, I realized I was jumping.
Yeah, because at this point it was we're low on stock. So she goes to the computer and the computer says they should have it. But her coworker there is like, now remember, it says it's in case 10, but case 10 used to be there, and now it's over there. And I'm like, this is kind of interesting. Okay. So she goes through the case, and that the girl says to, and she can't find it. She goes over to a case on the other side. She can't find anything. And that's when they inform me that the reason why they don't have the rings is because they were recently robbed.
What?
And they hadn't yet gotten all of their stock back yet. So
now here's the question: when they say they haven't gotten their stock back yet, do they mean that they're slowly restocking from corporate, or they're getting it back through the police?
No, it's restocking through corporate.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, definitely restocking through corporate. Music fails. No music review is complete without a dinosaur sex metaphor. Okay, we'll go back to that one later. I don't know what Drax's trying to post to me here. So they say they're going to call another store and see if it's there. And it's not.
It's not there?
It's not there.
Oh, you talked to him?
Oh, maybe that is what they told me that day. Now I can't remember my goddamn story. No, they didn't. They didn't have it over there. They were going to order it. That's what it was. They were going to order it. I don't know where the story's going now.
I don't either.
Really, just the point of the story was the ring that was written down should have been there, but it wasn't there because they had gotten robbed. That was really the bottom line.
Really, this shit only happens to me.
This is true. This is very true. What were you going to say about...
All right, so you were complaining about the romanticism of me being there.
Right.
What was your big romantic plan?
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, if there was a big romantic plan, what was it?
Anything but turning around and going, I just bought this, here you go. Really?
So, did you have any kind of plan?
I kind of have a plan.
I believe this should be openly discussed right now.
This should be openly discussed?
Yes.
Well, how about if the how about if the plan is to tell you that I've partially lied to you? And yes, it was stolen. This is true. Yes, she called the other store and it wasn't there. This is true. However, she called me 30 minutes later and went, "Oh, I was looking around in the other case and I found it.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Come back quickly and
this was
and
your
come
big
get
plan.
it."
And you asked.
No, this is perfect. This right there. I'm holding a box.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Oh yes, I am. I'm going to go ahead and put that back over here. Okay. All right.
We've done everything else on this radio show. Why the fuck not?
Okay. Well, I mean, the box is over here now, so
So where did they find it?
It was in the case where it was supposed to be to begin with, and not in the case where she said, "Oh, you're supposed to go over here to this case."
Wow. Are you fucking kidding me right now?
I don't know. Am I? Should I get the box again to be sure, or what?
Do I get to have it now?
If you
or is that
choose,
just like a dangly, like, neener, neener, neener?
Well, I mean, if you choose to have the box handed to you, then,
What, there's no one knee? There's not a big speech?
I mean, this floor isn't very comfortable to...
It's also not very clean.
It's also not very clean. The studio's, still getting some stuff done here. So, I mean, I'm sitting on one butt cheek. No? I'm talking in one microphone.
Please tell me you're recording this.
I always record my shows.
What's awesome is there has been no reaction.
From?
Anybody.
They're just too much in shock. / nobody's listening.
I'm too much in shock.
Oh, okay. What by shock you mean, like...
Did you call my dad?
Yeah.
When?
Oh, yeah, that was part of the story, too, huh? Before I went to the jewelry store.
So over the weekend?
Yeah.
Did he laugh at you?
Did
he bust your balls? Tell me he bust your balls a little bit.
No. So for those also, because we definitely haven't talked about this one, Miss Twitch and her father had an open laugh at my expense.
Oh, yes, we did.
Because I decided, as far as like, what are you doing? What are you wiping your eyes for?
Because I was laughing so hard.
Oh, okay. Okay. I decided, I was new to this marriage thing or whatever, that I would, do the old-fashioned thing and,
so funny.
Ask him, if, it was okay. So she, of course, tells her father.
Of course I did.
Before I ever get around to this. And
I didn't want you to give the poor man a heart attack.
And it was, correct me if I'm wrong, was the first thing that he said, what if I said no?
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay. So I called him, and, I have this big, long introduction.
Ugh, God.
And
my father doesn't like big, long things. Yeah, he tends to be a very short conversation kind of guy.
Well, I mean, every once in a while, he's like, uh-huh. Uh-huh.
He was saying that while you were talking?
Uh-huh. Occasionally, okay.
At any point did he say,
okay.
Oh, yeah? No kidding.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no kidding?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's somewhere
That
in
is
there.
that man's, trademark line. I'd like to... Well, go ahead. Continue your story.
So I finally get and I ask him the question.
Right.
And I think he says, I think he did say, oh, yeah. I don't think he said no kidding, but I think he said, oh, yeah. And he's like, then I would have to say yes. And I was like, okay, that was easier than I thought it was going to be. He's like, yeah, that was pretty easy, huh? I'm like, yeah, well, she told me you guys talked about it and that you had actually asked what would happen if I said no. And I realized just as I was saying that I never did think like what my response would be if he did say that, because unfortunately he then asked, okay, what if I did? And then I said, well, I would hope that you wouldn't. Change subject. So we talked about his impending retirement briefly, and
really you had nothing else left to talk about.
Well, what happened was, we kind of finished that conversation. It was kind of quiet for a second.
Did he ask how you were going to provide for me?
No.
Okay.
Isn't it obvious? with my good looks. No, he did not ask that. Then he asked, how things been with you, and so I said, busy, but I'm employed, so it's good. And, I guess that's how I provide for you, by being employed.
Right.
I guess he figures that. And I asked him about his retirement, and I didn't burp though the whole time.
Did you fart?
I may have, but he wouldn't have heard it.
So can I ask, how nervous were you when you called my father?
Not as nervous as I thought I was going to be, strangely enough.
Do you think it actually helped knowing that he already knew?
I think it did, yeah. I think it did. And I was, of course, like, I know you guys have talked about this. So I kind of made that, hey, good job.
Thank you.
That was a big old steal. And then him and Peggy were going to go to the park. I was like, oh, I hope there's shade. Because it was like one of those like 90-some degree days. He's like, yeah, there is. I'm like, cool. I think I'm going to stay in the air conditioning today. Knowing that I was going to be going out to the jewelry store. I lied to your father. Shh, don't tell him. And,
so is that why you agreed so readily to go to my father's after 4th of July?
Yeah. And also why I had to figure out a time between the 4th of July and now to take care of this. Because I'm sure he definitely wouldn't be able to keep it under wraps then if I hadn't already given you the ring.
Dude, I should call him. Like, not right now. And not say anything, just to see if he says anything.
That's a good test. Can you record that call, please? Can you bring that one to the show?
He didn't call me.
Yeah.
He didn't call me. We'll give him that.
But if you guys talked, he would,
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Did you leave the bag for that on the shelf downstairs in the kitchen?
No. Why did you look and went, hey, there's something different there?
That bag wasn't there.
It didn't come from that.
Okay. I may have left it there.
The bag was in the printer box behind you that you were so interested in nomming, you didn't even see me pick up the box and take it into the bedroom to get the box out of it. And the nicely tied up bag.
I was in such a bad mood when I came home. Like, seriously.
I figured it was a good time because of that, too.
Really?
I figured it would make you feel better. Maybe make you feel a little...
little loved?
Yeah, a little loved and a little bit better about stuff.
No. I need to go poop. I'll be back.
All right. This thing's starting off good already. I'm going to... We're definitely going to do the Dee Snider thing coming up. I'll just tell you guys now. Dee Snider of Twisted Sister fame has decided that he is going to do the Dee Does Broadway CD, which came out in May of this year, as did everything else that I'm plugging on this show today. And as with most of the new stuff I get, I don't listen to it ahead of time. But I can guarantee just by looking at this track listing, it's going to be a doozy. So we will hear that probably at the end of the next music set here. Right now, here is some Tenacious D. Hey, May of 2012, Rise of the Phoenix. Check it out here on the SquigY0 radio show.
Gas Star, it's a fucking ship. It's a son of a bitch, y'all, and we're building it.
Why are you drawing on a piece of paper? That's no good. Wow, that's a very, you heart, why?
That's a you.
Oh, okay. Your heart is very, swishy.
I'm a girl.
Very swishy heart. Swishy, like Dee Snider from Twisted Sister.
Is that better? That one looks like a butt.
Yes, it does. Can you put some poo coming out of it? Or a fart? Can you have it farting tunes? Nice. So, anything else besides goosenecks and hearts and farts?
No, I'm going to let you continue.
Okay.
Go with whatever you've got next.
So we'll hear a couple tracks from that to see just how awful it is. Hey, it could be the most awesomest thing ever. Twitchy will be honest and she'll tell us.
I think you should be honest and tell people.
Tell people how I feel
Yes.
about
Anything.
Dee doing Broadway.
Mostly me.
Anything. I love you.
Oh.
I love you so much that I'm asking you, even though you already have the ring on your finger,
I already took the ring, y'all.
if you'll marry me.
Yeah, I'll think about it.
Okay. We'll wait until after this set of music.
Can I keep the ring until I've made a decision?
It should help you make the decision, I think,
Yeah,
if you keep it on there.
I think so.
I think it'll go towards one direction versus the other, personally.
Right, because if I say no, I have to give it back.
Right.
I'm going to go with yes.
For now?
No.
Okay.
I'll go with yes
it's a solid yes?
permanently, yeah.
Okay.
No decision to be made. I was
Awesome.
mostly just busting your balls.
Do you think people think this is a radio bit?
I'm pretty sure they
Okay.
do. I'm 95% sure
Okay.
that anyone listening right now is thinking that this is all just us fucking around.
Maybe it is.
Oh.
Only we shall know.
I have the ring to prove it. Pictures, or it didn't happen. If you want pictures, let us know.
Because you're not putting it on Facebook because you want to let our families know first.
I absolutely do not want to kill your grandmother. So I'm pretty sure that it'd be best if we at least told our immediate families. But we love you more than we love our families, our listeners here at Party FM. So you knew it first. Does anybody in your family know?
No.
Not your father, not your brother.
Nope.
I'm pretty sure.
I almost told Kevin Driscoll yesterday.
Really?
Or the day before. Almost.
Oh, when you're talking about him?
I was trying to figure out if, like, the Suki jump would be a time to do it, for instance. But I would obviously have a discussion with him because there is already a wedding going on with the Suki jump.
You don't want to steal someone else's thunder.
Yeah, exactly. So.
And did you have any other ideas that ran through your head?
No, the Suki jump was a big one. It was either that or I'd do something douchey, like I'd be like, oh, I can't find my wallet, baby. Can you hold this for me for a second so I can look for it? And I'd hand you the ring box.
Really? You considered that?
Well, which is the best of those three?
The Suki jump.
Uh-huh.
What was the other one?
This.
This. Okay. Or, hey, baby, can you hold on to this for a second?
Yes.
I'm going to have to go, if you were going for the, you wanted a gotcha, right?
Uh-huh.
You definitely wanted a gotcha.
Right.
You wanted something that I wouldn't expect, which is crazy because I actually expected this scenario.
Okay.
That you were going to do it on air.
You're already thinking of it ahead of time, but you just didn't know it was going to happen
I
now.
told you, I think 2 steps ahead of you.
Okay.
I've already run through all of the possible scenarios.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there was,
Suki jump.
Suki jump.
Okay.
But I figured that got thrown out. I figured Suki jump was the number one
Yeah.
until we found out someone was getting married.
Correct. You are absolutely correct.
So when that went out, my second thought was going to be, okay, that's not going to work. When else can he do it? We've already established that you're not going to do it on a jumbotron.
I was thinking for half a second. You know how like the guy said like Happy Father's Day to his dad, like when we were at the drive-in, like over the loudspeaker. I thought about that for a second, but then I thought about just how much of a pain in the ass it would probably be to have the Benji's guy actually turn the microphone over to me to be able to do that. Like I'd probably have to book it ahead of time and sign a bunch of paperwork and.
Right. And I also knew you
There'll
weren't...
be new rules regarding if you talk on his microphone, you can only talk for so long and only say certain words.
I also figured that you wouldn't go for anything too big like that.
Uh-huh.
Because you really don't like making a spectacle of yourself.
No, I don't.
So it was going to be somewhere that you would be willing to make a spectacle of yourself. Mm-hmm. And the one place that you are absolutely willing to make a spectacle of yourself is in this studio.
Always.
So, it's always been in my head since we started talking about it that you were going to do it live on air. I didn't know when, I didn't know how, but that was always my number one way that you were going to do it. Like, we'd come up on things like, there was a fleeting moment where I thought maybe at Disney World when we went to Disney.
Oh, wow. You're thinking way back. Good Lord.
Well, we'd looked at rings 3 months prior to that, so
Gotcha.
it wasn't a stretch.
That would be another one that would be tough to sneak. Because we were kind of sharing luggage and packing luggage and swapping bags and carrying bags
Right.
that whole time. So you probably would have seen it or realized it
Right.
before.
Because I did all of your packing.
Right. Well, I mean, I'm sure I would have found,
But you
place
wouldn't have
to
thrown that
smush
in
it
your carry-on.
Yeah, very true.
You would have wanted it on your person. Then you have to go through security.
Right.
You got to pull the thing out of your pocket. I'm like,
Yeah.
what's that? And then I see this big square lump in your pocket.
And then you're like, he has a square boner.
Round,
What's
square
wrong with
peg,
him?
round hole.
Why does he even have a boner at the airport? This is the most unsexiest thing ever. Oh, I just like it when the big black security lady pats me down.
Ew.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd like everybody to make note of June 27th, 2011. Or 12. Whichever. I would also like to... You know what else today is? Not only is it the day that you asked me to marry you,
Uh-huh.
it is also AIDS Day.
National AIDS Day?
Yes.
Holy shit.
It is Say Yes to the Test Day.
Well, I mean, we're basically, we're committing our lives to each other, and we know we both don't have AIDS, so I think that we're doing our part for the cause of the AIDS. We're aiding each other with combating loneliness.
It is World AIDS Day.
Awesome.
I actually got a free AIDS test today.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Well, that was cool.
It's always a good idea to get an AIDS test once a year. Even if you are in a committed monogamous relationship.
Because probably also it's one of those things where you'll feel like you know that you don't have it, but it's even better when they give you your results and they go, you don't have it, and you're like, I passed! I passed the test!
Yeah.
The coup of the century, huh? Is that what you called this?
Yes, I did call this the coup of the century.
I don't know if it was quite that, but...
National HIV Testing Day urges all Americans aged 13 to 64
Good Lord.
to get tested. You should get your AIDS test every year, just like you should check your breast and your testicles for lumps every month.
Well, I know my testicles don't have lumps because I'm constantly playing with them.
You really do fondle them more than necessary.
Whether it's scratching or... Well, I mean, you fondle them for me sometimes.
I do. Usually I slap them around.
Yes, you do. And you've not noticed any problems, right?
No.
You're my testicle checker. I have one of those in-house.
Are you my breast examiner?
Yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. And proud of it.
Okay.
Not finding a lump on you is just as awesome as you not finding a lump on me. We work well together.
We do.